good? It's Jordan. Today I'll be talking to you about it's time to grow up. See, in this life today, we have to all understand that we have the ability to grow up. We have the ability to change our mind frame. We have the ability to look at the world from a different perspective. If we continue staying around the same environment, around the same people, around the same energy, then there will not be a change. Growth starts from within. And when we start from within ourselves and we look inwards, then we can make the changes needed to change the outward appearance of ourselves. See, many people will tell you that you don't need to grow, you don't need to change, you're fine just how you are. But in reality, we all have some growing up to do. We all have the ability to change our lives and change ourselves. When we continue to live the same life, when we continue to be around the same energy, when we continue to be afraid of change, we will not change. We can try to make it seem like we have changed. We can try to make it seem like we have grown up and actually did the work. But in reality, every day we all have the ability to change, make it happen within our lives. Many times we may focus on the outward things in this world. We may focus on status, class, and resources, and we have to understand that in reality we can have status, class, and resources, but if our mind frame hasn't changed, we can potentially lose it all. It's important for us to understand this because oftentimes people only understand these things when it's too late and not in the moment. And what we have to do is understand it before it destroys us, because we can self-destroy ourselves if we aren't focused, if we aren't looking towards growing and changing our mind frames. And in reality, we can't blame nobody but ourselves if that happens. See, what people won't tell you in this life is that they're competing against you, that they're looking towards placing themselves higher than you and want you to be lower than them. The social hierarchy, so to speak, the chain of command, so to speak. We have to understand these things when interacting and dealing with people, because many times you can be genuine and have genuine love for people and actually care for people, and they may be looking at you as somebody that they can use, manipulate, control for their own personal endeavors. So in reality, we have to pick and choose what we want to be around, who we should be entertaining, and actually looking at the little signs and little red flags of understanding human behavior and understanding human psychology, so to speak, because you can get caught up into many different various traps and webs dealing with many various different people that you shouldn't even be dealing with, so to speak. And everybody has their own agenda. We have to understand this. Everybody does not come from the same environment. Everyone does not do the same things. Everybody does not think the same. Some people were born and raised to think from an opportunistic perspective, and that's all they know, and that's all they'll live to look at life from. We have to understand that if we were born and raised with genuine intention, love, caring for others, we have to keep those positive traits to ourselves and focus those traits on the right people. Because many times when you have these traits, we focus these traits on the wrong people, the people who don't have that in their own lives. And what they do, they ruin it. Anytime you show love to those who do not care about you, who do not want to see you do good, who do not actually want to see themselves do good, you destroy yourself internally. Every time you give a piece of yourself to somebody else who doesn't care, you destroy yourself. Why? Because those positive traits are for other positive people, not for negative people. Negative people only destroy. If negative people do not grow, change, and want to change, then they will essentially destroy others. The goal and the plan of a negative person is to seek and destroy. If they have one person destroyed, what they'll do is go on to another person and try to destroy that person as well. The cycle continues. So as positive people, I suggest that you focus your time, your energy, and attention to those who are positive, to those who care, to those who actually hold themselves accountable, because many times, many people do not hold themselves accountable. They don't care to hold themselves accountable, and they don't care to actually do the work. When people have built a system based upon lies, based upon deceit, based upon illusions, when you crack the code, when you see them for who they really are, then they often try to manipulate others into viewing you in their negative standpoint and their negative outlook. And it's important that we understand these things when we go in daily life situations, because we only have ourselves in this world and in this game. And every day that you go outside in this world, dealing with many various different people, whether it be your career path, your job, whether it be social interactions, there's always going to be people that are playing the game. There's always going to be people who are trying to leverage themselves over you so they can dominate you. But when you understand these things, you can make the decisions needed in this life today to actually know and decide whether you want to deal with these people or not. See, the decision is ours always, and we always have the ability to make the right decisions. We always have the ability to understand that the decisions that we make are important, and our lives are our lives, and what we do with our lives is important. We're going to make mistakes sometimes. We may not do the right thing sometimes, but the good thing about it is if you're able to wake up every day, you always have the ability to actually see and understand yourself and make the changes that you need in your life if you want to. See, not everybody's going to make those changes, but if you want to make those changes, you can. Nobody is stopping you but yourself. Oftentimes, we are held back by those who don't care about themselves, who don't care about you, who don't care about anything, because there's some people in this world who just want to see the world burn and want to see everybody destroyed because they've been destroyed. We have to understand this, and we have to move accordingly. Just because others want to see the world burn, just because others do not want to see others win, just because other people are negative, doesn't mean that you have to be negative. Sometimes we stay around environments and circles around people who are not meant to be around because we feel safe, we feel secure, we feel influenced by those people. And oftentimes some people are scared to walk alone because walking alone means that they may have to start over, means that they may have to actually be around different environments and different groups of people. And some people are scared to do that because independence isn't a large factor within their lives. And what can you do but only be authentic to yourself? If you're around people who are not positive and around people who try to belittle you, who try to stop you from accomplishing your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, then why are you around these people? But see, this is the scarcity mindset. Being around people who you're not supposed to be around because you're afraid of being around new people, because you're afraid of walking alone, because you're afraid of walking with a peace of mind. So what you mean to tell me is you rather lose your peace of mind and stay around an environment, a group of people where you have to constantly prove yourself, where you have to constantly show those people that you're successful in winning and show those people that you're better than them for them to gain your respect. For me, that is not love. For me, that is not genuine interaction. And for me, I believe when you constantly do this over a time period, you essentially destroy yourself. You essentially destroy the growth within yourself, and you suppress yourself from reaching your fullest potential based upon the fact of the matter of being scared. When you're in a fearful mind state, nothing ever good comes out of it. When you are scared of yourself, when you're scared of change, when you're scared of growth, nothing ever comes good out of it. But at the end of the day, everybody has their own life. And just understand that your life is important. Many people do not take that seriously. Your life is important. You can reach your fullest potential if you want to. Those who are around you who do not want to reach their fullest potential, who do not care to reach their fullest potential, remove yourself from those people. Because when you do decide that you want to make the change and grow, they're going to be the first ones that stop you from reaching your fullest potential. They're going to be the ones who stop you from making the change in your life, because your change may hurt them and it may show things within themselves that they haven't worked on, insecurities that they may be facing and battling. And at the end of the day, you're not responsible for other people. You're not responsible for what other people may do within themselves. Understand yourself, understand your life, and understand what you want out of this life, because we all want positive things out of this life. And at the end of the day, I know for myself, if I have to grow, if I have to change, if I have to do the right things in this life to grow up and make the proper changes, I will make those changes, because at the end of the day, I cannot suppress myself for nobody. I cannot let others belittle me and make me feel small based upon how they may used to perceive me in the past. We're in the present right now, and we're leaning more towards the future. And every day that I have the ability to wake up and grow, I will make the changes that I need in this life for me to be of good character, good nature, and for me to be positive within society today. So today, I'll be leaving you with this scripture, and I hope that this scripture can help you in your own daily personal lives today. Ephesians 2:1-3. And you are dead in trespasses and sins which you once walked, following the course of this world, following the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that is now at work in the sons of disobedience, among whom we all once lived in the passion of our flesh, carrying out the desires of the body and the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, like the rest of mankind. I want to thank you for watching today, and I hope that in your own personal life, you care about growth, and you care about changing, you care about your own life, because your life is powerful. Peace.